Good morning, guys. I am Shelby with the Finding Grove Goats, and today we are going to do my full morning routine together. I have 16 baby goats, 19 adult goats, 4 bottle calves that we are going to feed. And then after that, we'll go and milk 9 goats. I'm using the Purina Goat Kid Milk Replacer. I used 3 pint jars of warm water that's like 110 degrees, and then it's 2 scoops per pint. I really like this milk replacer. I've used it for 2 years now, and my goats are doing amazing on it, and I absolutely love it, and you'll see how much that they love it. As you can see, it's super easy to mix together. All you need is warm water in a big bowl. Mix them together, pour them in, and then boom, you're done. You've got 16 bottles. A lot of the babies are going home this weekend to their new homes, and I'm excited, but I'm also sad to see some of them go, but I am keeping 4 of them myself. Some people might be curious why I chose milk replacer. I think that since I didn't have enough goat milk, this is the next best choice personally over whole milk. Whole milk lacks vitamins and nutrients that they have added in this formula, and it is made specifically for the goat's digestive system. You've heard me say that before, but I love this stuff and I trust it. Now we are going to make 4 bottles for the bottle calves. I'm using the Land O'Lakes mix, and it is the worst part of my morning. I hate shaking these bottles, but here we are. Everything that you have seen in this video, I do this twice a day, so I'm glad I'm not doing it 4 times a day anymore. It's been really nice going back to feeding twice a day. I feel like I have more of a life again. So it usually takes me like 3 hours in my morning routine, and then it takes 3 hours in the PM routine. But in the middle of the day, I have more things to do. I also work an actual job 2 days a week at a dental office, but I have to go in later because I'm busy doing all of this and it makes me late. This is a bottle holder that my husband built me. It's the second version, a lot longer than last year's. I left last year's out in the rain and it got ruined. This one, I will not do that. I love this. Can you imagine holding all the bottles for all of these goats? Absolutely not. This part's always chaotic. They're jumping all over and you just gotta clean up the bottles. But they are full and happy. Look at how healthy they look. They're all high energy, and just a lot of people ask what hay I give. I give Orchard Brome mix, and I don't do any alfalfa unless it's to strictly does that are in milk. Now, if you're thinking about getting goats and you watch this video and you're like, oh my gosh, that's too much work. Well, I have so many goats and it is the end of breeding season. On the usual part of the year, it doesn't take me long at all, maybe 30 minutes to feed in the morning and night just to check them. The lifestyle that I've chose with the goats is a commitment. I don't really travel that much anyway, but you have to check them every single day. I milk them twice a day, but that just kind of depends if you want to milk goats or not. You can let the babies be raised on them. Another reason that I really like goats on bottles is because it makes them super friendly. The goats that I'm selling go to kids in the FFA. They're not meat goats. They're shown as dairy goats. So they have to be really friendly for children to be able to handle and not hurt them. Also, a lot of these goats were born in multiples, like 3, 4 sets per goat. Goats only have 2 teeth, so having 4 babies on one goat is really hard on them, and they won't all get the nutrients that they need. So when you pull them, you can ensure that they're all going to be nice and healthy and they're getting enough milk. Now, if you're curious why I have 4 bottle calves, my husband is a full-time cattle farmer, and he gives me the ones that either are abandoned or their mom died. So they all have a story, and it's a lot of work, but I love them. A negative about bottle calves that everybody knows if you've ever had one is they get a little too friendly, and they will bump you and push you down thinking that they're playing. Now, my husband was kind enough to bring me some hay to restock, so I'm just bringing 3 bales. I usually put 3 at a time, and they go through it in about maybe a week and a half for 19 goats, which is pretty good. They eat it 24/7 all year round. Now, this part I really like. I'm calling Elky's name, and goats are so smart. They know their names, they know routine. And I'm telling her, come on, girl, it's your turn. And she said, oh, okay, let's go. So Elkie is one of my only goats that have horns, and she is a doe. There's another one that you'll see later that does have horns, but he was born a boy, and it wasn't done very well, so his horns look crazy. Okay, the feed that I give the does is Purina Stalker Grower and then alfalfa pellets. I mix them together, mostly alfalfa pellets and a little bit of grain. And we are going to milk 9 goats in 24 minutes it takes me. Now, this is me just prepping the machine. It comes with an automatic filter. This is a Simple Pulse milk machine. I absolutely love it. So you have a bucket of warm water, and then you mix it with Dawn dish soap on one bucket and then bleach water on the other bucket. So that jar on the left is my dirty rinse bucket always, and I just ran some bleach through the lines after they sat overnight just to make sure everything's sanitized and ready to freshly milk. Making sure all of your equipment is super clean is really important, and making sure you have the pressure set correctly because you don't want to damage them. This is why I really like the Simple Pulse, because it's pulsating to bring the milk flowing and it's not sucking, squeezing it. An interesting fact why I have Nigerian dwarfs is they have the highest butterfat ratio out of any goat breed, standard or miniature. These are miniature goats, so you don't get a lot of milk, but you get the highest butterfat. Their butterfat is even higher than a cow. It's absolutely amazing for making soap, cheese, lotion, and other things. If you've never had goat milk from a local farm, it tastes amazing. It doesn't have a weird goaty twang to it, and that's why I really like having my own goats, because the flavor is so much better and it tastes like whole milk from a cow. A lot of people that have gotten goat milk from the store, it tastes really weird, and I don't know if it's because of the breed or if those goats are around male goats. I keep my male goat completely separate, so there's no chance of them breeding other girls when he's not supposed to, and making their milk taste bad. Now, if you notice, I have 2 goats that are a different breed with the really long ears. They're Sweet Pea. They are called Nubian goats, so they are a standard size breed. She'll get to like 135 pounds, so we'll see. But that's scary. But they're very gentle, very sweet. They also have a high butterfat ratio of the standard breed. So here's the goat with the horns. And I don't know how he does this every day, but he's always able to get back out. You just have to pretend to push him through. And then this is where I keep my boys. 3 of them are fixed and 1 is intact. And he was the dad for all the babies. So I'll use him again next year, and then we'll look for another buck. I'm really grateful for the way that I'm able to live with all of the animals that I've ever wanted. My husband hasn't told me no. He supports it, and they're very purposeful animals. I hope this encouraged you to get some goats of your own. For 15% off the replacer I used or any additional Purina products, click the link in my bio and use Viney Grove Goats 15. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please comment below or tell me what you think about the video.